Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we are talking Sex and the City. It's back and we're going to be watching And Just Like That. So this is episode 1 and we're going to talk about it. And guys, if you haven't seen it, pause me, go watch it because I'm going to be talking about it all. Let's mention it all, as Bethany says. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. I usually talk Bravo shows, Housewives, all that good stuff. But I'm venturing out. I'm trying something new. So let's talk Sex and the City. Yeah, I used to love the original show. I'm obsessed with it, actually. I've seen it so many times. I've seen every episode. It's one of those things where if it was on, I had to watch it kind of thing. So, great show. Can we get right into our feelings on this, I don't know what you want to call it, reboot, whatever, and just like that? What are your thoughts? Let me know below. You guys, it's so hard. I love the show. I love the original so much. I was obsessed with it. So I want to say I just jumped in and loved this. I didn't love this. I enjoyed it. I was excited to be back to it. But you guys, they broke my heart on this episode. So again, here comes some spoilers. If you're not ready, if you don't want to hear them, this is your last chance. Turn me off. Go watch. Okay. You guys, they killed off Big. And we knew that that was coming, right? Like, they set it up the whole episode, but they killed him off in such a... I don't know. I almost went... And I love the actor. I'm glad he's back, but I wish they had written him off before so we didn't have to go through this heartbreak. You guys, it totally broke my heart. And, you know, Stanford passed away in real life, the actor. So sad. And so seeing him on the screen, it just so sad, right? And I watched this show to be happy and escape, and I know it doesn't always have to be happy, and it's not, but it was sad, right? Were you guys bummed? Do you hear my voice? I don't mean to be bummed, but I am. Like, I just watched it and had to get on here and react. Okay, let's take a pause on the sadness and talk about the fashion, which also kind of made me sad. What are your thoughts on these looks on the ladies? So they made a big deal about the hair. They talked about it 100 million times on the ladies. They call Charlotte out for dyeing her hair to keep it brown. Carrie says something about hers being ridiculous, and it's meant to look that way. I don't think it looks ridiculous. I think she looks beautiful. I don't know. I didn't quite follow where they're going with this. I understand that they're trying to say it's cool. Miranda has gray hair now. Let it go. Like, good for her if that's what she wants to do. But I'd also say good for Carrie, if she wants to wear this blonde hair. I think she looks fantastic as far as hair goes. Outfit, not my favorite. I've never quite understood Carrie's looks. I don't mean physical looks. I just mean the way that they dress her. It's fun. Sometimes it can be over the top, which I believe is the point. I don't know if I love this look. I thought Charlotte looked the most Charlotte. If you're into that sort of thing. I don't know if I love the puffy sleeves, but yeah, I just had to take a minute to talk about the fashion. They talk about, hey guys, we're back. Oh gosh, Bitsy Von Muffling shows up and asks, where is Samantha? That's almost a Samantha voice. And Carrie says, what is there to say? I told her because of the book business. Now it just doesn't make sense anymore for me to keep her on as my publicist. And because of that, she said fine and fired me as a friend. I don't know about this part either. I mean, I get it. They were trying to soften the blow for us. It didn't land right with me. I don't know what they could have done, in fairness, to make it better. But I don't know if I love how they should, I don't know if they should have killed her off or what, but I don't know if I loved how they handled this. So this is what I really want to know from you guys. Leave me a comment. How would you have taken her out? How would you explain that? What are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts on the real life situation? I'm very curious. I don't know if they're alluding. I just wondered if it was a subtle wink to the audience, like, hey guys, we do miss Samantha. And, we tried to work it out and it didn't work out. So that's just my wondering. Lily and Burton the dog. Rose is her other daughter, and Harry. It's this whole thing about Lily's having a concert. That's what this episode's about. I love when Charlotte and Harry got together on the main series and the whole planning the wedding with Anthony and tearing the dress. I just thought that was fantastic. So I always have a soft spot in my heart for Harry. Carrie home. We got to see Mr. Big. I can't even talk about it. She talks about going to the recital and then they're going to go to the Hamptons house. Okay. I feel like they just... hurt us worse because they made a point of showing Carrie. She had originally planned to go to the Hamptons, right, with Big that night, but she put it off because she was going to go to this recital. I guess the idea being she could have been there to maybe do something or help save him. And then we see, of course, when it's time for her to leave, she tries to get a cab. She can't get one, so she takes her time walking home. It's just like a series of unfortunate events, right? Okay, moving on. Oh, Miranda. Miranda was never my favorite, and this episode kind of sums up why. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. So she's joining this law group. Of course, she's been a lawyer, but she's taking classes at Columbia. She just puts her foot in her mouth every terrible way. She's not even recognizing that this is her professor. She's just one thing after another. She brings up her hair, and there's a lot of hair talk, and it's uncomfortable, and she's just making it worse and worse, and she's trying to apologize, but she's sticking her foot in her mouth, and it's just really cringy to watch, right? Then we go over to Carrie. Carrie's on this podcast, X, Y, and Me. Che is leading this podcast, played by Sarah Ramirez from Grey's Anatomy, whose pronouns are they and them. So they represent the queer non-binary standpoint. Carrie is the cis woman. And then we have Bobby Lee. I can never remember his name. Bobby Lee is the straight guy point of view. So asking sex questions, talking about masturbating, that sort of thing. Talks to Carrie about it, who is flustered and doesn't really want to talk about it, right? So Carrie does write a sex column, but she says she's not raunchy. Che is saying, you need to open up. If this is going to work, you need to open up. Then we go back over to Miranda, who is further embarrassing herself. And she sees her professor talking on the phone, and she's trying to apologize, tells her being in the class is very serious to her. She was in corporate law for 30 years, but she wanted to do more. She said wearing that pink hat isn't enough. So she's trying, but it's just this professor's not having it. We go over to Carrie. Again, this is where Che rides down in the elevator and saying, give us more. I want you to dialogue with us more. We see Carrie back at home trying to write about masturbation, asking Big if he does it, tells him it's for the podcast. It's kind of an awkward scene, right? She tries to get him to do it. Oh, I took a picture here because I thought she looked so beautiful. Her skin looks beautiful. Her hair looks beautiful. Just stunning. Awkward scenes. Anyway, it ends up with them, rolling over in bed together. And then we go here where she says, hello, lover, to her shoes. We see the blue Manolo Blahniks from her wedding. Ugh, you guys. Can we talk about this? Did you feel it coming? I know they did it on purpose. Of course, we all felt it coming, but they kept lingering on Big. We knew what was going to happen, and it broke my heart. I keep saying that, but I don't know how else to say it. I really liked him on the show. I hate that they're killing him off. I know he had his issues back in the day, but I was always Team Big. Let me know in the comments, by the way. Were you Team Aidan, Team Big? What were your thoughts? Team Nobody? But I always liked Big, even though he had his problems. But so he keeps talking about Allegra. Allegra is his Peloton instructor. So his plan is to stay home and do Peloton while Carrie goes to see this recital. At Charlotte's, there's some discussion about what will be worn to the recital. It's, obviously setting up for some stuff. We get to see Anthony. We haven't seen him, right? And remember, he's married to Stanford. So, again, speaking of break my heart, here comes Stanford. Oh, you guys, I hate this. Okay, so, of course, you all know, but the actor that plays Stanford unfortunately did pass away. Oh, man. He was so good on the show, right? I actually remember I was in Las Vegas. Gosh, it was years ago. I was in my 20s. I don't know. And I saw him. I saw him walking around. I didn't talk to him or anything, but I saw him. I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. Anyway, okay, so here's Stanford, and they're setting it up that Stanford and Anthony are arguing a lot. We go to Carrie and Miranda. They're just kind of keep saying they're in their 50s. They don't give an F anymore, so they go use the men's room. It's a whole thing. They're at this recital. Miranda's drinking wine, which I kind of love that she pulled out purse wine. Charlotte hasn't really changed. She's still a little bit stick up the butt, right? Oh, yeah, I talked through this part earlier. So we're introduced to this lady, Lisa, who Charlotte knows through the music school that they're at, and so I feel like she's going to play a part maybe later in the series. We keep cutting back and forth between Lily and her incredible piano playing and Big. Big is doing his Peloton. The harder Lily plays, the harder Big rides, and then it starts to slow down and you know what's coming. I hate this. We see his arm is hurting. He's clutching his arm. Again, we know what's coming. Clutching his chest. He ends up dropping his phone in the shower and he can't get it. Ugh. So, but right beforehand, he was able to text Carrie, hey, let's go tonight, because she was trying to decide, should I go out for a drink with the girls or should I just go straight home? Because he was able to send that text, she was able to get home and at least, I guess, hug him goodbye. The part that bothered me here, guys, and this is tedious, I know, and I know it's a show, but I'm going to say it anyway. She saunters in, I'll say, right? And she sees him and can tell something's not right. And she takes a long beat before running over. And I know it's part of the show. I get it. I'm literally yelling at my TV, call 911. This is crazy. She can see that he's in trouble, but I'm just thinking, like, call 911, do something. Get him, what, are you supposed to give him, like, a bunch of aspirin or something? I don't know. Oh, gosh, you guys. Anyway, so it's a long, painful beat, and that's how the episode ends. Because they're mean, and this is how they wanted to do it. That's how they ended the episode. Isn't that mean? So here's where I need to know your thoughts. I haven't read any spoilers. Did you guys know this was coming? Did you just sense it the way they set it up? That's kind of how I felt. Did it break your heart like it broke mine? Was it hard to watch? What are your thoughts on the first episode in general? What do you think of the ladies? What do you think of the explanation for Samantha not being there? Just all of it. I just want to know. I know this was kind of a rough one, the first recap, but we're going to get into this. I'm going to keep going with the series. And hopefully it'll be a little easier to talk about. Because, my God, this one was depressing, right? I like to be a little more silly than this. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Stay healthy and safe. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.